Well, okay. Hey guys, welcome to Fallout Wrestling Podcast, episode number 2. Today featuring a special guest. What's up, WWETownsNation?
Nothing much, and thank you for having me on. It's great.
Yeah, you're good. So, let's talk about. Let's see. Okay, so we have Raw. We have a few questions that we got asked on YouTube. So let's get into it. So, what did you think about Monday Night Raw?
This week's Raw was a pretty good show. But what I would have to say is it's not as good as it was before Payback. I still enjoy the show. Like some storylines evolved more and stuff, and things like that. It was a good show, but it wasn't as good as it was before Payback. So
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I do agree. It was a very good show. Well, few flaws. Okay, I get that there was supposed to be a big Cass and Jericho match, but like, why was it going to be like the main event? I didn't understand that part. I never
yeah, I
understood.
know exactly what I mean.
I was thinking like, why wasn't the 6-man tag elimination match the main event? That should have been the main event, to be honest.
That's what I was thinking as well, and it was like the best match of the night. So
Yeah.
like it's confusing.
Yeah, like I didn't understand why you would do that. Like, why would you have a big Cass versus Jericho match, which could have been in the mid card, and then you have AJ Styles, Anderson, and Gallows versus the Usos and Roman Reigns? That's like a main event match. Like,
Exactly, and what gets me is Roman Reigns is the champion and AJ Styles is in a one contender. Yet they're putting him in the mid card because Big Cass and Chris Jericho's the main event. It should have been the other way around.
yeah, I know, right? Like, it didn't make any sense why Reigns was in the mid card either. Like he was in like the mid of the show. It didn't make any sense. I mean, he's the champion. You're trying to build him up to the main event, and you put him in the mid card again. That makes no sense. Absolutely.
Exactly, and he calls himself the guy. How is he the guy when he's in the mid card? You know what I mean? So it's quite
He might,
strange.
yeah, he might be the guy, but Seth Rollins is the man.
There we go.
So
Thank God you agree.
yeah. And let's talk about the thing about Vince McMahon. It was a press conference, and the main 4 entered superstars are supposed to be returning in the next 30 days. As of Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, John Cena, and Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
So I don't really know where they could all fit in. I could see Cena. I could really see this. On Memorial Day, Rusev wins the United States title at Extreme Rules. And Cena comes back, wins the U.S. title, does his open challenges, blah, blah, blah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I remember the US Open Challenge. I did it. I'm not the biggest Cena fan in the world. I'll admit that. But but the Open Challenges was actually very entertaining, and it gave those mid carders and even some jobbers at times a chance to elevate their career and elevate themselves by fighting. Let's give him credit. One of the best that's been around in WWE. You know,
Yeah.
he won't be in the company for 14 odd years now if it wasn't for him being what he does and is good at it. So, yeah, I'd like to see the US Open Challenge. Seth Rollins, I can see a possible Shield reunion happening sometime down the line, and
Yeah.
then like a Survivor Series, having like a Shield Bullet Club type feud.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, I'm not too sure on, and again, Orton, I'm not too sure on.
I could see this. I could see Cena, of course, returning on Memorial Day, facing Rusev for the United States title. I could see that happening. Then I see Bray Wyatt returning in some type of feud. I don't see him returning with the League of Nations since the League of Nations split up. really see him returning like with Luke Harper, you know, because Luke Harper supposedly he's been sending out these little cryptic tweets about how he's going to be returning soon. So
yeah, yes, I've seen them. I like the cryptic tweets that they do though, because it's all suspense and tension, and like
yeah,
fans are just like, what the hell are they on about?
I
But at
know.
the end of the day, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You've got to put the smaller pieces together to make the.
I, I, I don't. I'm not gonna say this as a fact, but I could see Bray Wyatt even interfering in the Reigns match, you know, at Extreme Rules, because you know how he has so much beef with Roman, you know.
Yeah,
I
that
could
could
see.
be a little bit of an idea.
I could see.
Although, wouldn't the not Wyatt family, wouldn't the Usos and the club come out though?
Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking about having. Here's what I was thinking. Okay, so Roman gets attacked. He's getting attacked by the Wyatt family. AJ Styles is throwing everything at Roman Reigns, especially he's throwing the Bullet Club at him. He's throwing the Wyatt family at him, and then like AJ Styles tries to hit the Phenomenal Forearm again, and then like there's like you could make Braun Strowman into something. I know people aren't very high on him because he only has like 5 moves though, but yeah. So I could see Braun Strowman like maybe choking out like the lights go out actually. Here's never mind. The lights go out, the Wyatt family are in the ring. You're gonna build up the Wyatt family to where they attack Roman, and they have history with Roman, obviously. So I would see them attack and the lights go out and Roman's just sitting there in the ring, like down and out. Everybody's like, what happened? And then AJ Styles hits the Phenomenal Forearm and maybe even gets the win off of that. What do you think?
As long as AJ wins at Extreme Rules, I do not give two flying hells about what happens in the match.
I could see even the club coming out and attacking Reigns, or maybe even they attack AJ. Who knows? I don't really want that to happen, to be honest. But
No, I don't think. A lot of people like keep saying it's gonna happen, but I don't think it will. It's just all speculation and rumors, and you know how bad rumors are nowadays. So
yeah, like everybody keeps saying Balor's going to debut this time. Balor's going to debut here. Balor's going to debut here. I mean,
I'm saying Balor will debut the night after Extreme Rules.
yeah, okay. I'm not saying this. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm not too high on Finn Balor. I know everybody's going to hate me for that. I just don't like. There's something that just makes me like just don't like him. I don't know what it is. Is it because he's like I don't know. Like he just held the title for so long. I don't know what it is. Like the NXT title run got me mad because he beat Samoa Joe twice cleanly.
It was like 292 days or something they held it for, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he beat Neville's record. I think is who's that?
Yeah, he's the longest reigning NXT champion of all time.
Yeah, I could see even Finn Balor maybe like. I honestly don't see AJ Styles leading a club because he's not. I'd rather prefer him be a single star and then like Finn Balor lead a group because let's be honest, AJ Styles, he's more of a leader, not a follower. So I could see Finn Balor maybe, or maybe even this is a swerve. Maybe even Seth Rollins leads the Bullet Club. You know, like Seth Rollins could lead and say that he wanted to attack Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns took what was his, you know what I'm saying? So I think that would make a good storyline, make it shake up a little bit, maybe even turn Rollins babyface. Who knows?
I think that's what they're planning, and Vince said in the call he knows Seth Rollins is going to get a huge babyface reaction.
Yeah, everybody knows he's going to get a big pop when he comes out. Everybody knows that because Seth Rollins is one of the most missed wrestlers in my opinion. I really miss him, to be honest. Like,
I miss him too, and I think it's because of his talent as well. Like his athleticism in that ring is truly amazing. Like
okay, and now since he is potentially going to be a babyface, what do you think his finishing move is going to be? I'm going to go with the Phoenix Splash because that sort of gives like a babyface thing like Neville has, like the Red Arrow. And obviously, you can't use the pedigree because Triple H is a heel and all this. So I don't know. I could see him using the Phoenix Splash.
I wish I could bring back the curb stomp.
Yeah, that could have been a really good babyface pop. Imagine the curb stomp, like he hits it on Roman Reigns. Everybody's like, "What?" Like everybody's so hyped. The curb stomp's back, and Seth Rollins is back. That'd be so good. They would. I mean, they brought back the. I thought I seen a pile driver on Raw, like last this week's Raw. I thought I saw like a pile driver, like something that Terry Funk does, or
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that move banned? I was like, holy crap! I was like,
yeah, the pile. Every version of the pile driver except the tombstone, I think, is banned.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see the Canadian Destroyer in WWE. That'd be pretty cool.
Holy crap!
Yeah, just imagine. Well, I think NXT would allow it. I don't know.
I think the difference between NXT and WWE is NXT is not entertainment. NXT is wrestling, whereas WWE is the entertainment side of it.
Yeah, I was recently talking with my friend Max. He was talking about who should NXT sign next, and I was like, Jay Lethal's contract is coming up. I said, well, Matt Sydal's contract's coming up.
Would they have Evan Bourne return though?
Yeah, I would have him return in NXT because everybody wants to go to NXT, Like nobody wants to go to the main roster straight away, I mean, everybody wants to get their shine in NXT first, to be honest, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say I would want if I was actually a wrestler, I would go to NXT first because I would want to be in the spotlight first where everything is. And then I would want, yeah, go ahead.
I would basically go to NXT and stay in NXT.
I would try, but
I mean, like, I've trained to be a professional wrestler before. Like, I've given up at the moment due to exams and schoolwork and everything else. So I've given up at the moment. But I have trained before. I've done a few shows, and like the dream for everyone is to go to like NXT. But if I was to go to like WWE and NXT, I'd stay in it, or try to stay in NXT at least.
I would if I was NXT. I want to get Zach what is his name? Zach Scalabra Jr. I think, or Celebrate. I cannot say that. He's like in the
Zack Sabre, yeah. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes, so, I would, since he's in the global cruiserweight tournament or the global classic tournament or whatever it is. I think he's most likely to sign. Actually, to be honest, I mean, if they like him enough, which he's very.
I hope so. Also, I'd like to see Noam Dar. He's like incredible.
Yeah, the only person that I wish we would have seen is Chris Travis, but he's dead, sadly. I wish he wouldn't have died. Then we would have seen him in NXT, potentially.
Possibly. I think he would have been in the tournament as well, but it's crazy. Probably. Like, I've trained with him in the past, so it was quite a big thing for me.
Yeah, I know. I would like to get the three people I would like to see in WWE currently that is lighting up the indie scene. It would be Red Dragon, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, and Roderick Strong. I would love to see all them three in WWE. But,
that'd be awesome.
But it's very unlikely, to be honest, because Adam Cole's not very high on WWE.
Adam Cole's like, hasn't he just become the newest member of the Bullet Club outside WWE?
Yes, and the Global Wars he was. That was actually pretty cool. I would love to see I think it's, what is their name? The Guerrilla Warfare or something, I think. Tama Tonga and Camacho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see them. But I could see Camacho coming back with a new gimmick, to be honest. I could really see that.
If they can repackage the Los Matadores into Primo and Epico again, then they can do anything.
Yeah, I think they could. They actually they made them relevant again, I think. I don't know though. I haven't seen them wrestle now, so I don't know if they're. Last time I seen them wrestle was like in. I don't remember.
Last time I saw them wrestle was April the 17th because I was at that live event.
Yeah, outside of Los Matadores, the last time we seen them was like 13, I believe, 2013.
Yes.
Or maybe even before.
But like, what gets me, it is definitely. What gets me though is like they're not over with the fans, but WWE keep repackaging him to try and make him, but it's not gonna work. Whereas they release people like Damian Sandow, and he was well over with the fans.
That pissed me off. That pissed me off, to be honest. If you seen that video that I done, I was pissed off about Wade Barrett especially. I mean, he had so much over him. The Nexus could have worked perfection if Cena wouldn't have done what he done, which Cena, Jericho, and Edge come out and said that that was a mistake. So, yeah, it is a mistake.
If Cena, Edge, and Jericho, three of the best ever in the company, say it's a mistake, then you know it's a mistake.
Yeah, I know. Like, I did, like, he was, I believe, if I remember correctly, he was DDT'd into the, what is that? What was it? The mats? Like, they took off the mats and they DDT'd.
It's like the wooden part of the ring.
Yeah, and then he comes back and makes he pins Justin Gabriel with an AA, and then he makes Barrett tap out. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
it's madness.
Yeah, like the only current superstar that's in the company, I believe, is it's David Altunga, Darren Young, and Heath Slater. And what have they done relevant in the past year or so? David
Otunga's on the Raw pre-show, so he doesn't wrestle. Heath Slater's a part of Social Outcasts, and Darren Young is with...
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on that.
Bob Backlund currently getting repackaged for no reason.
Yeah, he is. Don't get me started on that. I mentioned that on Slam Out, and me and Brandon just started laughing, so don't even mention that.
I think what they need to do is they need to release Darren Young. I'm very high on Titus O'Neil. He's okay. He ain't that bad. But then again, I see Titus O'Neil becoming maybe a mid-card champion at least a mid-card champion, maybe an IC champion, maybe. But that's as far as he'll go.
Darren Young was okay in the Primetime Players, though.
Yeah, he was okay. I wasn't very high on him. He wasn't like... he was sort of like, reminds me of like a Mojo Riley, to be honest. Like a Hot Bros. They don't really do anything for me, to be honest.
No, they don't. I'm the same with the Usos, though. Like, even though from the Samoan side of things and stuff like that, I'm not a fan of the Usos. I think, especially after 4 years of doing the same thing over and over again, it's just got too stale.
Very much agree. I do think that they're overrated, to be honest. I mean, like, do you know the American Wolves from TNA, or the Wolves? Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards?
Yeah.
They are like 5-time TNA Tag Team Champions, and they've been in the company like 2 years. I'm like, really? Yeah,
but I think the Wolves are very good at what they do.
They are. They deserve a spot in NXT. I believe they were in NXT before, but they got released.
I'm not too sure.
I believe Davey Richards was in NXT for once, and he was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion too. I was like, what? They released him. He had battles with like Kevin Owens, Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe. I'm like, why didn't they sign him like as a single star? I mean, like he would have been perfect.
It would have been. It's quite confusing, really.
But then again, I see why they released people like Alex Riley, Cameron, Zeb Coulter. I see why they released.
They were all needed anyway. Like, they haven't been on TV for over a year, so if you're not going to use him, what's the point?
I believe Alex Riley's supposed to be taking on Shinsuke Nakamura tonight on NXT, but that you all know who's going to win there. Obviously,
yeah. Nakamura. I think it's still, as it was taped beforehand. They can't really do anything about it.
I believe it was taped at WrestleMania Access.
It could have been, yeah.
So that's why they're airing it now. So I mean, it makes perfect sense. I would love to see, to be honest, I would love to see Kevin Owens go back to NXT. I know you guys are going to be like, no, he's good on the main roster. I'm like, well, he's okay in NXT too.
Kevin Owens is my man. Enough said.
I would like to see him become a 2-time NXT champion just to rub it in somebody's face that he was the first one.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I would just like somebody. I don't care who it is. If it's Adrian Neville, if it's Sami Zayn, if it's Finn Balor, I don't care who it is. I just want to see somebody rub it in somebody's face that they become the first ever 2-time NXT champion.
Nice thought. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't care who it is. Honestly, I would love to see Neville become a 2-time NXT champion.
Neville was NXT champion first time around, so I won't mind to see it, especially since he's out with an injury. If they announce his return and then he goes to NXT instead of going up to the main roster. Well, going down to the main roster again.
Just like Dana Brooke, obviously. She was injured for almost about a year, to be honest, because of Asuka. And she come up just straight to the main roster. I'm like, whoa, that impressed me a little bit because they have faith in Dana Brooke. I'm like, okay, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
To be honest, I wasn't actually expecting it. Dana Brooke was like, she hasn't been on NXT for like about a year, to be honest, because remember that last pay-per-view that she was on was Respect, I believe. That's when Sasha and Bayley were doing their good thing.
Yeah, that was like August or something.
Yeah, that was like August. So, I mean, like, it's been over a year about it. So,
yeah, it's crazy. What I liked about it, though, was like, they didn't even announce it. It was just a surprise to everyone. I kind of knew it was going to happen beforehand, though, because of stupid news sites and dirt sheets reported that she was backstage.
I know, that's what I hate. And I'm expecting, I mean, I know everybody's going to say, whoa, this guy's been out with a shoulder injury about his whole career. I'm going to go, the next debut is going to be Hideo Itami. Because Hideo Itami, to be honest, he is one of the best wrestlers, like, except for Nakamura, maybe, or maybe even Daniel Bryan, which Daniel Bryan's gone now. So it doesn't leave too many good wrestlers that are just, like, straight up stiff with somebody. I would love to see Nakamura versus Kenta, but that's not going to happen, I don't think, until Hideo gets better, because Nakamura's like arm bars and stuff are like vicious. So,
yeah, they are. Nakamura is very, very stiff with his moves, so they need to be careful. Anyone that's versing Nakamura, to be honest, needs to be careful.
Yeah, I would say what they're going to do is they're going to have a screwy ending to Cena versus Nakamura, so Cena doesn't look weak and Nakamura doesn't look weak.
As long as Cena doesn't get a clean victory, I don't mind.
If it's by like a cheating move, like if Cena turns heel, which I don't see it happening by that time, but if he does, I could see him using a steel chair on Nakamura and then hit an AA on him or something. That'd be pretty cool to see Cena turn heel.
Yeah, well, he's always said, and he did a couple of weeks ago, actually. He said, never count it out. It could still happen. Never say never. So you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like when there's a Rock that turned heel. Rock turned heel. Austin turned heel. Every good guy usually turns heel once in a while. So I wouldn't rule out.
Exactly, and especially since Cena has been a face since what, 2005 or something?
Maybe 2006, I think, because he had that. No. Yeah, 2005 because of Batista and Cena. Yeah, at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2005. So he's been a face for 11 years now, so it kind of given you look to him, and it'd be quite cool for those WWE fans all around.
Well, every good guy usually has a bad turn, like maybe even Randy Orton. Randy Orton's a good example. He was the first run that he had, I believe, was Evolution, if I'm correct, and then he turned on Evolution and had a babyface run, then turned back heel. So yeah, I think somebody like a Randy Orton maybe is what John should be. Like, don't turn all the time like the Big Show does, but turn heel once in a while.
Exactly, but I think WWE don't allow Cena to turn heel because of how much of a role model he is to the kids, and they don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I could see. So does that mean like when Vince said the 4 major talents was returning, like Orton, Cena, Bray, and Orton, does that mean like Lesnar is going to be returning also, I believe?
June, I think it will be, yeah.
I don't think Lesnar is actually injured, but obviously I think...
I think... I think it was last week it got posted that Lesnar is returning in June to set up his SummerSlam match, so...
Okay, now I'm not complaining here, but for the last 4 weeks, where has Sasha Banks been? I am so pissed about that, honestly. Where has she been? Is she injured? I don't think so, because news sites would have been reporting it. But
I'm not too sure on that.
I haven't seen Sasha on the same page. So.
I think they're doing this thing with Charlotte, Natalia, Paige, etc. And then Charlotte's going to keep the title till SummerSlam. Sasha Banks is going to offer her a match, and Sasha will win at SummerSlam.
I think there's going to be a 4 horsewomen match at SummerSlam, I believe. Because here's what I'll say. Okay, so Dana and Emma are paired up. So what does it have for Becky? Is Becky going to have a handicap match? I don't think so. I think Bayley's going to come up to the main roster, obviously, because Bayley, she's been in NXT for about her whole career in WWE. So she's had some matches with AJ Lee, Sasha Banks, who else? Charlotte, and even Becky Lynch. So I think what they could do is just settle it, like do like sort of like what you do with, let's say there's a storyline here, because obviously Dana and Emma are partners, and Becky's getting picked on, and you're going to have backup. So let's, next week on Raw, I'm not saying this is going to happen. It's not confirmed, but Dana and Emma are beating up on Becky. Bayley's music hits, and Bayley runs out to the ring and hits a Bayley to belly on Emma, so Dana don't look weak, obviously. So Dana pulls out Emma, and then that set up a match for Extreme Rules. Becky and Bayley versus Emma and Dana.
That'd be cool, especially since like Bayley isn't being used in NXT at the moment as well.
Yeah,
I could see that happening.
So I know the last time we heard about Bayley at the tapings, I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but at the tapings, supposedly Nia Jax hurt her, supposedly. So it's not confirmed if she did hurt her, but I don't think that's real. So maybe it's even a work, potentially. So how cool would that be if Bayley, like this week on NXT, I think that's supposed to air, to be honest. So maybe that's what they're working on, That'd be perfect.
Possibly.
Perfect
yeah,
time.
It would.
Perfect timing, because Dana debuts this week, Bayley debuts next week. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, it would.
But the only thing I asked is not for them to debut superstars on SmackDown, to be honest. I hate that. Because honestly,
all SmackDown is nowadays is a repeat of Raw that's a bit shorter. That's not what WWE fans want. WWE fans want SmackDown to be SmackDown. They want it to be its own show. That's why we all want the brand split and everything, because it'll make it its own show. It'll make more people view it, and like you could have the top guy on Raw being Roman Reigns and the top guy on SmackDown being Seth Rollins. So it'd be really, really cool to see.
You could very well do that. I could see them having the tag team titles in the same brand. I could see the world title being separate. I could see the US title being on SmackDown, IC being on Raw, and the women's belt be on the same brand. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, to be honest, do you see Kevin Owens getting a world title shot? Nobody sees that. So why don't you put like where you could build feuds on SmackDown, build feuds on Raw? That way it don't look so much obvious of who's getting the number one contender slot. It makes no sense.
No.
I could see even Cesaro winning at Extreme Rules,
I think he will win. I really do.
Because you have, let's just break down Extreme Rules now, I guess. So we have Cesaro, we have Miz, Owens, and Zayn. So, of course, Zayn held up the title.
it's gonna be a show stealer. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the show stealer because
Yeah,
you've got four of the best guys in the company right now fighting over a mid card championship. The mid card is looking stronger than the actual like top guys, so it's
yeah.
gonna be a show stealing of a matchup.
I would, yeah.
Who do I want to win?
Mhm.
Because it's Kevin Owens. I do want him to win. He's like my boy. Who do I think will win? Cesaro. But I don't mind that.
Yeah, I could see honestly. Could see since it's gonna be a fatal four-way, I don't see Miz retaining. Obviously, I see who I want to win. I want Sami Zayn to win, but I would like Cesaro to win also. So I'm really my prediction is going to be Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens is going to be the three-time Intercontinental Champion. If he does win, he could rub that in Sami Zayn's face because they could continue the rivalry to SummerSlam, which would be amazing for the IC title. Zayn versus Owens 2 out of 3 falls. That'd be perfect. I could see that happening. Zayn versus Owens continuing to SummerSlam, and that way Cesaro isn't left out of the match because Cesaro could even have a matchup with a Shinsuke Nakamura if Nakamura is promoted at that time. But I could see Cesaro. Cesaro's usually left out of the card. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really in a pay-per-view big match. Like, last year at SummerSlam, he was in a match against Kevin Owens, which I thought would have stole the show. But I believe, to be honest, the SummerSlam match that stole the show for me was Rollins versus Cena. I really liked that match.
I think we all liked it because Rollins won.
Yeah, that shows that Cena don't really bury people. I think that it's more of creative's way of saying you have to like this guy or this what will happen, basically.
No, Kevin Owens is a perfect example. Kevin Owens won the first bout between Cena and Owens. Then Cena won, then Cena won again. Yeah, Cena won 2 out of 3 times, but it elevated Owens' career. No one can deny that.
Yeah, obviously, I think that's what led it up to the IC title match. Honestly, I think that's what it. That's why I think Cena elevated Owens because he was the NXT champion at the time, and then he wins the IC title at Night of Champions, I believe, against Ryback. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. But it was a good match. I mean, even though Owens cheated to win, but that was fine. I'm fine with that because Owens is a heel. But I could honestly see Owens winning the title anytime now. Anytime I could see him or Zayn winning the IC title. Could be very soon. But I would prefer Cesaro because Cesaro hasn't really had a title except for the U.S. title in, like, what was that, 2013 or 14? 14, 20, I believe.
Maybe 13.
I believe it was 14. I don't know. It might have been 13 or 14. But either way, Cesaro is very underrated. I think he should be WWE champion right now, but that's my opinion because obviously Cesaro is a good guy.
The WWE Universe knows Cesaro has the talent. It's just creative don't listen to the fans. And Vince doesn't listen to the fans. So when Cesaro gets cheered and over, they don't like it. But they're not going to make him WWE champion anytime soon, so we'll have to settle for a mid-card championship.
It's according to enough. Now let's go on to what match? Charlotte versus Natalya submission match. Okay, we all know that Natalya got screwed at WWE Payback, but
I hated that screw job.
I think that was pretty creative of them because nobody saw it coming, first of all. And everybody was really shocked about that. Everybody's like, what is going on? What? Like, everybody was pretty shocked. That's how they got a reaction out of the fans.
I think that I didn't like it, and some of my friends didn't like it either. Like, we thought it was lame, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it was booked. To be honest, I think that was a way to get Ric Flair out of the picture now. I think that what creative have realized is people don't like Charlotte because Ric Flair's with her. You know, that sort of acts like Ric Flair's sort of like that butt buddy of Charlotte. basically.
Yeah.
He's always there when when something happens. He's helped her retain from, let's see, TLC with Paige to WrestleMania against Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. That's sort of insane.
Exactly, and Sasha should have won that match, by the way.
Yeah, I do agree. Everybody was predicting either Becky or Sasha, and everybody was like, why would Charlotte retain a triple threat match? It's against her odds, first of all. But everybody's like,
and for her to be the first new women's champion, like, everyone wanted Sasha or Becky to win because it had been fresh, but it didn't happen.
That was just a way to, I think, to get heat on Charlotte, I think. But either way, I think it worked out for the better because either way, if you think about it, if Natalya wins the submission match or Charlotte wins that submission match, Ric Flair's, you've thrown Ric Flair out of the prediction now because it's sort of like makes it a little bit more unpredictable because Flair's out of the picture now.
Yeah, it does.
So I think if it was me predicting this, I'm still going to go with Charlotte because, I mean, the only reason I see Charlotte winning is because Charlotte, of course, is the women's champion, and I think that they're not going to let her drop the title until maybe even Money in the Bank or maybe SummerSlam. That's pretty much it.
I'm going with Charlotte for my prediction too.
Yeah.
It's simply because I think she'll drop it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I don't think that. Here's my idea. I would like them to have a women's Money in the Bank match because Sasha and them had an Iron Man match. I would like to see them have a Money in the Bank ladder match. How cool would that be? Because
that would be good. You could look at how much women's talent there is at the moment, so it'd be quite cool.
Okay, I could do. Okay. So, yeah, I would like to see. Here's the 6 people. If we had to pick 6, I will go with Sasha, Becky, Bailey, maybe even, I don't know. Would you put Natalya in this kind of match? I don't know.
I'd probably go with Becky, Sasha, Bailey, Emma would be one.
Yeah, Emma. Yeah, Paige would be excellent. There you go. We got this. So I think what they were even going to do is, let's just admit this where it is, credit is due. Emma and Paige started that revolution for the women's wrestlers, especially in NXT, because of how that worked with the first ever women's championship match being Paige versus Emma. I think that would be perfect, I would like to start a rivalry between them two very, very soon on the main roster also. I mean, I could even see Emma and Dana versus Paige and Becky. I could see that also. But then again, how are you going to explain the history between PCD? I don't see that. Where Emma and
Who do you predict for Kalisto versus Rusev?
Kalisto versus Rusev. I think they made Kalisto's title reign a little bit too long. Even though he retained through WrestleMania. Let's see. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. He's retained through every major pay-per-view pretty much. So I think Extreme Rules is the time. And you could bring Rusev, the monster heel, back because of what they did with Cena. Cough, cough, Cena ruins careers. But I could see Rusev winning, honestly. Who do you see winning?
Yeah, I see Rusev winning too.
Because I don't see why they would not let Rusev win. I mean, they could have this angry rush or whatever. But I think that would be
the monster that he used to be.
Yeah, I could see Lana bringing him back to where he was. Like, they can make up a good storyline with that. Perfect.
Yeah, they can.
So, I think we got, okay, here we go. New Day versus the Vaudevillains. Who do you think's winning that?
I think New Day will retain.
I don't know. New Day's reign has been a little, to me, it's been a little bit too long.
I'm saying the New Day will win because they are so over with the fans right now, and also Vince McMahon is not high on the vaudevillains. He hates.
Yeah, I could see the vaudevillains. I could see New Day losing, but then gaining them right back. To be honest, because I could see New Day. I mean, it would just reset the reign, you know, so people don't say, "Wow, they've had the titles for this long." Like about over a year, right? That they've had them.
So nearly
about a year. So I think it's time for a change at Extreme Rules. I think the Vaudevillains are winning because heat on them right now because of how they have that little 80s gimmick. They say we're from the bygone era and all this. I think the Vaudevillains are winning because the only reason they're winning is because they have real good heat on them, like Eva Marie, but they don't have as much heat as Eva Marie does. But anyway, I think Vaudevillains are winning only because the New Day to gain them right back, because New Day are perfect for the tag team.
Yeah. The fact, and they're so entertaining in what they do. They're very unique, and I have the last ones, like the last trio or tag team I've ever seen like that was Fabulous Freebirds, to be honest.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Eminem, like Morrison, Noble, and all them. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I think so what do we think on AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns, or have we already talked about them? Did we?
I think it's going to be another good matchup, especially since it's going to be an Extreme Rules match as well for the title. The match at Payback was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, I do agree.
I am goddamn flipping hoping Styles walks away with a win. But I do think, unfortunately, Roman Reigns will retain.
I do think Styles is going to walk out with it, but I do think Reigns will retain. Here's how many interferences are going to be. I can almost predict this. Finn Balor is going to be one of the interferences, hopefully. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, the Usos, the club will interfere in all that. Because you can have Dean Ambrose, who's the brother of Roman Reigns, supposedly. And then you have the Usos, who could be like getting beat up by the Bullet Club, put through 2 tables. That'd be perfect to end them. Then you could have a stare off between Bullet Club and the Shield. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, it would.
At the end of Extreme Rules, maybe Styles is holding the title and maybe something like that. I don't know. But I would like to see AJ Styles become WWE champion. But then again, I think Reigns is going to drop it at SummerSlam to maybe even Cena, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly. I don't want John Cena to become a 16-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, though.
Me either. But then wouldn't he tie the record, or would he actually break it? I think he would tie.
He'd tie it with Ric Flair.
As long as he don't pass it, I'd be fine with that, to be honest. I just don't want him to pass it.
I don't even want him to tie it because, like, I want it to stand out as Ric Flair's record. Like, to be honest, I'd rather him pass it than him tie with it. Because
I would like to see something like that. Because then, like,
you want the biggest record to be one man and one man only, and that is it.
Yeah, I could see something like what happened with Lesnar and Taker, and how that happened, and like, how that streak was broken. It never should have been broken, but whatever. Let's see. What else should we do? Okay, let's talk about a little bit of the YouTube comment section. Something about Roman Reigns. Okay, so I guess we're talking about Roman. So in the last 6 months, how many titles has he won? About 3 of them. I think that's more than. Well, no, Razor Ramon never won a title. I think that's very underrated. Mankind or Mick Foley, he's only won 1, I believe, or 2. Who else? Big Show, I think he's held one, maybe. How many titles has he won? Maybe one world title.
I think it's only one, yeah.
Kane, he's won one world title against Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's only held one. I mean, just think of these names. They're more popular than Reigns is, I would say. Kane, not so much.
The reason why a lot of us don't like Reigns is because of how creative are throwing him down our throats. It's
exactly.
Simple.
He's like almost like a Hulk Hogan or maybe even Cena.
He's Cena 2.0. That's what he is.
And Hogan is, I mean, like Cena was the Hogan 2.0, but now everybody's sort of kind of liking Cena with the U.S. Open challenges that he was doing. So I would say Cena's trying to get over the fans a little bit more. But
possibly. Who would you say in the future will be Reigns 2.0?
A future Reigns 2.0. I'm not going to say this out of hate of him, but whatever. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say the Reigns 2.0 is going to be, everybody's going to hate me for this, Shinsuke Nakamura. I think he's going to win. Everybody's not going to hate him, but he's going to win almost every title in the book, I would say. I'm not going to, yeah, everybody's going to hate me for that. Who would you say?
I
would have went with Apollo Crews maybe, but then everybody would hate me for that one too because everybody likes Apollo Crews too.
I'd probably. That's a good question. Finn Balor's running through my mind right now.
Oh yeah, that'd be a very good. Everybody would not like if he was a heel. Maybe nobody would like him. I would say it's
He's running through my mind right now. Yeah.
It's according to how he cuts promos and stuff, though. Who do you think is the greatest heel of all time? I would say everybody's gonna hate me for this one too. I'm gonna go with the Miz. I like the Miz. There's something that makes me hate him, but then I sort of like him at the same time. He's a good heel.
He is a good heel, I'll admit. Of all time, though,
I really don't know of all time. Maybe Chris Jericho. Maybe. I don't know.
Quite honestly, I've always loved CM Punk heel or face.
Exactly. I could say somebody that could play heel or face, I would say, would be Punk. Here's the three people I'd be comfortable with them roles. I would Rollins and Orton. Both can play all can play characters currently and right.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think the Brock Lesnar is? I would say he's more like a tweener. He isn't heel or he's not face either, to be honest.
I'd say he's a face because it's a very rare occasion. Everyone marks out when they see him. The only thing I don't get is that he faces face superstars. Like,
yeah, he faces like Dean Ambrose. I don't get that. Like he faces Dean Ambrose.
But like Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens at the live event, they're both like tweeners sort of. So it's gonna be interesting to see who people cheer and boo.
I would prefer Cesaro versus Lesnar, but that's most likely not going to happen either. But I'm not counting it out.
I prefer Lesnar versus Owens, to be honest. It's always a match I've wanted since Steen days, to be honest, since Kevin Steen. So
yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that too. I would just like to see Cesaro like in his what is his name? What was his indie name? Casanoli or something like that? Colin Casanoli.
It's something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see him in his indie days versus Brock Lesnar in his indie days. That way, everybody's like, that's a fair matchup.
It still would be kind of a fair and good match right now, though, because it gets Cesaro showing his talent and what he can actually do against the
The scary part is Lesnar does MMA, though. That would be the scary part.
That's the thing. Brock Lesnar is so legit with everything. I love it. I just laugh when Brock Lesnar's wrestling. Like, a lot of people are like, God, he's legit. I just kill myself laughing. He is awesome.
Yeah, I would even say Brock Lesnar would even want to. I would say he would face Cesaro at SummerSlam if Lesnar doesn't have a matchup by then.
He
I don't
could
know
do.
that. Or maybe he could have a rivalry with Owens. That would be pretty cool at SummerSlam, especially.
Amazing.
But they can actually build that up at the Hawaii pay-per-view, actually, to be honest.
Good.
Like that.
It's officially been announced as a network show as well, which is awesome.
I'm done. Okay, this is going to be the end of the podcast. So I thank you guys for watching. So do you have any words for your subscribers or my subscribers?
If you want to hear more of my amazing, beautiful voice, head on over to my YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/WWETownsNation. The changes have come in effect for today, as we're doing lots more picture videos, podcasts, news, rumours, reviews, previews, and much, much more. We'll also be covering E3 next month, so be on the lookout for that. And thank you for listening, and thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. So his links will be in the description. I will see you guys on the next one. Also, my Twitter and Facebook is on in the link in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.